wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Aryana Tulus Purnomo, dosen pada program studi Ilmu Komputer Fakultas Teknik dan Teknologi Universitas Sampurna. Video ini saya susun untuk memenuhi kelengkapan PDD UKTPT bidang pengajaran sertifikasi dosen tahun 2026. Pada video ini, saya akan menampilkan praktik pembelajaran pada mata kuliah Computer Programming dengan topik Arrays in C Programming. Computer Programming merupakan mata kuliah dasar pada program studi ilmu komputer yang terdiri dari 4 SKS termasuk kegiatan laboratorium. Mata kuliah ini bertujuan memperkenalkan konsep-konsep dasar pemrograman menggunakan bahasa pemrograman C. Mahasiswa tidak hanya mempelajari teori, tetapi juga melakukan praktik melalui latihan coding, kegiatan laboratorium, kuis, tugas, dan juga final project. Pembelajaran dirancang agar mahasiswa mampu memahami konsep, menerapkan dalam program, serta menyelesaikan permasalahan komputasional secara bertahap. Sebagai informasi, dalam proses pembelajaran di Universitas Sampurna, bahasa pengantar yang digunakan adalah bahasa Inggris. Oleh karena itu, rencana pembelajaran semester atau RPS, materi pembelajaran, penggunaan Canvas sebagai Learning Management System atau LMS, serta proses pembelajaran di kelas pada video ini menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Melalui Canvas LMS, seluruh aktivitas pembelajaran terintegrasi dalam satu platform. Halaman home berisi informasi umum mengenai mata kuliah. Halaman announcement digunakan untuk menyampaikan informasi dan pengumuman kepada mahasiswa. Menu assignment memuat seluruh tugas beserta instruksi dan batas waktu pengumpulannya. Menu discussion digunakan untuk memfasilitasi diskusi dan tanya jawab. Menu grades menampilkan hasil penilaian mahasiswa. Menu people berisi daftar dosen dan mahasiswa yang mengikuti mata kuliah. Lalu menu silabus memuat deskripsi mata kuliah, capaian pembelajaran, serta komponen penilaiannya. Seluruh materi perkuliahan disusun secara sistematis pada menu modus, sedangkan kehadiran mahasiswa dikelola melalui fitur attendance pada LMS. Komponen penilaian mata kuliah ini dapat dilihat pada halaman silabus di Canvas. Penilaian terdiri atas in-class activities atau participation sebesar 5%, 3 buah kuis sebesar 10%, 2 homework assignment sebesar 20%, 10 laboratory activities sebesar 10%, midterm examination sebesar 30%, dan final project sebesar 25%. Setiap komponen penilaian telah dipetakan dengan Student Learning Outcome atau CPMK dan Program Learning Outcome atau CPL, sehingga asesmen yang dilakukan benar-benar mengukur capaian pembelajaran yang telah ditetapkan. Pada bagian paling bawah halaman silabus, mahasiswa juga dapat mengunduh dokumen silabus yang telah diverifikasi oleh kepala program studi sebagai acuan resmi selama mengikuti perkuliahan ini. Topik Arrays yang saya ajarkan pada video ini selaras dengan Student Learning Outcome 4, yaitu mahasiswa mampu menganalisis dan memanipulasi data menggunakan array, string, algoritma searching dan sorting, serta tipe data buatan seperti structure. Selain itu, topik ini juga mendukung program Learning Outcome 1 atau CPL1, yaitu kemampuan memahami dan menerapkan teori dasar computer science, serta program Learning Outcome 4 atau CPL4, yaitu kemampuan merancang, mengimplementasikan, dan mengevaluasi solusi berbasis komputasi dengan mempertimbangkan metode dan algoritma yang efektif. Strategi pembelajaran yang saya gunakan adalah pendekatan active learning dan student-centered learning. Sehingga harapannya mahasiswa berperan aktif dalam membangun pemahamannya selama proses pembelajaran. Pembelajaran diawali dengan apersepsi, yaitu mengingat kembali materi sebelumnya mengenai data types. Selanjutnya, saya memberikan beberapa pertanyaan pemantik mengenai pemahaman mahasiswa tentang array untuk mengetahui pengetahuan awal mereka sebelum memasuki materi inti. Untuk membantu mahasiswa memahami konsep secara lebih konkret, saya menggunakan media audiovisual berupa video singkat yang menjelaskan konsep array melalui contoh-contoh yang dekat dengan kehidupan sehari-hari seperti daftar belanja, daftar lagu, dan daftar tamu. Setelah menonton video, mahasiswa diminta menyampaikan hasil pemahaman mereka melalui diskusi dan refleksi bersama. Dalam pembelajaran ini, saya menampilkan 3 unsur utama, yaitu delivery, interaction, dan assessment. Unsur delivery terlihat dari penyampaian materi, menggunakan penjelasan konsep atau analogi, media audiovisual, presentasi, papan tulis, serta demonstrasi penulisan kode program. Unsur interaction ditunjukkan melalui pertanyaan pemantik, sesi tanya-jawab, diskusi setelah menonton video, serta kesempatan bagi mahasiswa untuk mengemukakan pendapat dan mengajukan pertanyaan selama proses pembelajaran. Sementara itu, unsur assessment dilakukan melalui pertanyaan formatif, kuis pilihan ganda, analisis jawaban mahasiswa, serta latihan coding secara langsung. Melalui assessment tersebut, saya memantau pemahaman mahasiswa secara bertahap dan memberikan umpan balik selama proses pembelajaran berlangsung. Selanjutnya, saya akan memperlihatkan pelaksanaan proses pembelajaran di kelas pada topik Arrays in C Programming. Selamat menyaksikan. Good morning, everyone. So, how are you today?
Fine.
Okay. So, today we will have a new topic, which is the title is Array. And before I continue to this new topic, do you still remember what we learned on last week? Please raise your hand. Do you remember what did we learn on last week? Raja? Nathan? Oh, types, correct. Yeah, we learned about types, yeah, which is we have integer, and then we have the float, yeah, and etc. Yeah, we have a lot of type of data. Okay, so today we will learn about the arrays. Yeah, so before I start, do you know what is array? Do you know what is array? Albert? And then? Okay, correct. Yeah, you mentioned it's like one-dimensional, right? Yeah, so correct, yeah. So we have an array. We can put more than one data there, yeah. So it's like a table. Now, in order to let you understand this, I will show you a video, yeah. So let's watch the video. Okay, so from this video, what do you learn from this video? Maybe Alvaro? Pardon? Similar data types into a single list, correct? Yeah. So we can see here. I will just return back to this part. Yeah. So for example, if we want to have the party, let's say, kan you need to list the grocery list, and then you have the playlist, and then you have the guest list. Yeah. So you will have a lot of lists here. So if you want to create the code and then you have the variable as mentioned in this part, yeah, if let's say if you want to write down everything, so it means you will have a lot of variable like this, right? Yeah, so it means you need to write down from variable 1 until let's say 100, yeah. So there will be a lot of variable, yeah. In order to reduce the number of variable, so we want to create it as the list, yeah. So it makes us easier, and also it's easier for us to arrange whether it's belongs to the name, belongs to the price, and etc. Yeah. Jadi the array is like it's a collection of the data which having the same type. Yeah. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. So let's return back to the slides. Yeah. So here, yeah, we learn from the video. So today we want to learn about the array. Yeah. We want to analyze, and then we want to manipulate data using the array string, and then we will sorting the algorithm, and we want to use the user-defined data type such as the structure. And then we want to achieve the program learning outcome 1 and 4, yeah, which is you need to understand and apply about this array, and then you need to design and implement and evaluate this array later. Okay. The next one, so today we will study about 3 things. The first is one-dimensional array, and then the second is declare, initialize, and access the array. And then the last, we want to designate the initialization. Jadi from Albert tadi is correct, ya. We can use one-dimensional array. Later we will not only study about one-dimensional, tapi we also will learn about two-dimensional, three-dimensional, ya. We can have more than one-dimensional array. Okay. So based on the definition, yeah, we already learned from the video, yeah, what is an array, yeah. So array is, we call it as the data structure, yeah. If you study about the programming, yeah, we call it as the data structure, which is having more than one value, and then it will handle the same data type, yeah. So it will having the same data type. That's very important, yeah. I highlight it with the black color here. You can imagine it's like the cabinet, yeah. You have a lot of locker there, and then you have locker number 1 until number 9 there, yeah. So it's also with the array, yeah. So you can imagine it's like you have the cabinet with the locker number, yeah, and then array is starting from the index 0, yeah. Please be careful, it's really important. Array is starting from index 0 and then until the number of array that we define, yeah. So you can imagine this is as the locker or your cabinet. And then here, this is the example of the 10 data array, and then this one is 5 data, ya. Jadi let's say I have an array with the name A. If you define it that having 10 data, ya, so we have 10 container here, ya. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if you define it as 5 data, ya, so it will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ya. You can imagine it like this. And then the next one, do you know, I put the, here I have the checklist, and here I put the cross. Why it's cross here? Yeah, Ethan?
Because there's two different variables.
Yeah. Numbers and? Yeah, so correct, yeah. Only, is it two types, yeah? More than, right? 3, yeah. We have the, what's this?
Normal number.
Integer, right? This one? Float, and then this one? Do you remember what's this? Character. Nah, the character that we learned is on last week, ya, character, this one. Okay? And then the next one, if you have the array, let's imagine you have an array, you need to imagine that you have the cursor. Cursor is like your mouse, ya. Jadi there is a cursor that will move from the first, second, third, ya. With the cursor will read the value inside the containernya. And then the next one, here, if you want to declare, how to declare it? If you have the variable, kan, if you want to declare, you need to have the data type and then follow by the variable. Now, it's also similar, ya. So you need to have the data type. Let's say you want to have the integer, you have the integer here, and this is the array name, ya. So let's say the array name is ARR, and then I define with 5, ya. So it means here it will having, or it will provide you with 5 locker, ya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ya. You will have the cabinet with 5 locker here. Jadi if I have integer array 5, ya, it means I will have locker with 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, ya, and then the type should be integer, ya. If you put the value should be integer. So you can imagine like this, ya. If you define integer array 5, it means you will have size of 5, and then the memory will having 5, ya, 5 location. Don't forget the index itu starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, ya. So we have the array index. Okay. That's the array declaration. And then we have several kind of declaring the array, yeah. So here, why I put the cross? Why there is a cross here? Nathan? Yeah, negative. Yeah, so you need to be careful that the number of array, yeah. So the length of array can be specified by only positive integer, yeah. So if you put like multiplication here, it's fine. You put the addition here, it's fine. You put the division, it's okay as long as the result should be an integer, yeah. Should be integer, not the float. So is there any question before I continue? Okay. If no question, then I will ask you. I have the first question. What is the answer for this question? The length of an array in C must be rain. Okay, take time. The length of an array in C must be okay. Which one? A, B, or C? C, correct, ya. Good job. So C is a positive integer constant expression, ya. So the length of an array tadi should be positive integer, okay? And then the second question, which of the following is a valid array declaration in C programming? Which one? Nathan? A. Yeah. Why B is not? Is negative. And then why C cannot? Yeah, because we put the variable, yeah, so it confused the compiler. And then how about D? Yeah, no array, yeah. It's 0, so it means that, yeah, it's just like, yeah, you don't have any memory allocation there, yeah, so that's not array. Okay, so the next question, the third, which is the correct syntax to declare a one-dimensional array in C programming? Which one, Raja? C. Yeah, correct. Yang A, what is the mistake for A? Yeah, the bracket is wrong, correct. And then B? There is no numbernya, ya. And then C is correct. And then number D? It's switch, yeah. Switch, yeah. Okay, good job. So it means you understand the concept. So, and then let's see here. This is the example. So if you see here, I have A will be assigned with the value 175. It means berarti index 0 assigned with 1, index 2 assigned with 7, index 0, 1, and 2, ya. Index 2 assigned with 5, and then it will jump and then go to index 5. Index 5 assigned with 90, and then index 6. This one is, it means it will go to the next one, yeah. So after 5, the index is 6, right? So it will, index 6 will assign with 6, and then index 8 will assign with 4, yeah. So if you see here, you can see here, that's the example, yeah. And then I have another example here, yeah. I have the example 1, 2, 3, and then 2 equals to 2, yeah. So you need to see here, if there is a class at the index, so it will win, yeah. The last one will be win, yeah. Jadi you can see here, this is the array, it will be 1, 2, maybe I can give you the example on the whiteboard, yeah. So kan you have the array A, and then it will having the value 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 2 equals to 4, and then 6 equals to 45. Okay. So here, it means you will have the array, yeah. You will have the array with the index 0, and then 1, 2, I will make it closer, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Yeah, so you will assign this to the first 1, and then 2 here, yeah. So here, here, here. Now you need to see here, this is index 2. And if you notice, index 2 is already filled with the value 3, right? Berarti it will class, right? Berarti the winner will be this one, ya. Karena it's already 3, it will override the data, ya. So it will become 4 here. And then index 6, ya, it jump to index 6, which is 45. Nah, this will be empty, ya. If it's empty, you will assign with 0, gitu. Okay? So that's the example. Yeah, what's Albert? Oh, the order. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's say you move this one at the beginning, right? And then this one, so the order will win. Okay? Okay, so this is also the example. So if this is just the example, yeah. So I can show you in the online compiler, yeah, to show this one. So wait, this is the code. Yeah, so this is the example, yeah. If I have 1, 7, and then it jumped to the index 5, and then assigned with 90, and then
6 followed by 6 and then 8. I will go to index 8, yeah. So if I print out the array, yeah, so it will be 1, 7, 5, 0, 0, 90, 6, 0, 4, and 3. This one. And also you can see from this example, this is an example, yeah, how we write the code, yeah. So this is how we define the array, and then this is how we print the array, yeah. So I can using the looping, yeah. It start from integer index 0 and then it will repeat until this one is plus plus, yeah. So it means it will increase the index by 1 and then it will stop until the size of the array divided by the size of array, yeah. So this is will be the number of array, yeah. So if you may be confused, I can write down here. Let me erase this. Size of A, and then we have the size of A0, yeah. So size of A, it means size of the array, yeah. Let's say my size of array is 32 bytes, yeah. Let's say I have 32 bytes, and then every element, let's say if I have every element is 4 bytes. Now, if I divide the size of A divided by this, it will result 32 divided by 4. What is the value? 8, ya. Berarti it means I will have 8 of data. Yeah, so in the code, you can use like this. If you use the size of, yeah, it will calculate the size of the array. Let's say the size of array, this one is size of array, ya, array. Size of array is 32 bytes, and then this one kan size of the element, ya. This is the element of the array. Yeah, so it means if the size of array divided by the element size, yeah, so it represent the number of data in that array. Yeah, so it will repeat until the number of array, and then it will print like this. Yeah, so I will have this output. Okay. So is there any question for these examples of the code? Okay. No question? So I will ask you the question then. What is the result of the following initialization? Albert? Yeah, A. Why? A or B? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So it will like duplicating the value of 0, yeah, if you remember this slide, yeah. Yeah, if you initialize with 0, yeah, so it means you will assign all of the table with the 0. Yeah, correct. Good job. And then the next, which declaration allows the compiler to automatically determine the array length? Which declaration allows the compiler to automatically determine the array length? B. B, why?
Wait, is it for like later on or
Do you want to have another answer or for letter? For letter.
because we automatically assigns it, right?
Yeah, correct.
You can define it.
Yeah, correct. That's the point. Yeah, so if you like this, it means yeah, it's automatically in this line. It's automatically you will allocate for cabinet. Yeah. So here, it letter will assign when you do the program in the code. Okay. Okay, and then the next, consider the following code. What will be the length of the array? Alvaro, ya? 50. Why? 49. So we will have 50. The same answer? Okay, 50. Good job. Later in the quiz or the midterm, please be careful ya. I will have this question. Usually like student will, oh this 49, it will go 49. Don't forget it start from 0 ya. That's very important. Okay, so the last one. So we still have several minutes. So I have this code practice. Please open your computer. The compiler, online compiler is fine. Please do this. Declare and initialize a one-dimensional array with the following values. Yeah, I have array like this, and then please calculate the sum of all elements in the array. Yeah, and then display the total sum of the value to the screen. Yeah, so you will have the total sum of array will be 42. You can do this, and then I already create the assignment in the canvas. You can check there at the canvas. So this available in our canvas. So here ya, if you open the canvas, this is our module. So you can go to the assignment and then scroll down to the assignment. In class assignment ya, please click this and then do the code practice this ya. Okay. And then upload it in the text file ya, as usual. Is there any question? Yeah. Okay. So if you finish, please upload to the assignment ya. I will check it. Okay. So if you have any question, please raise your hand. This one ya, we have some conclusion to conclude our class today. So we can conclude that array is like data structure. We can store multiple of the value ya. Don't forget ya, I highlight with the black color. It means it's important. So it should be having the same data type. And then the index of array should start with 0. That's really important ya. Because in the exam, usually student will forget about this. Index is starting from 0. And then this is how we declare our array ya, integer array 5 ya. So it means we will have 5 allocation memory there, and then you can declare like this for the initial array values, and then if you declare like this, we have 5, and then you only declare 3. So it means the others 2 will be assigned with the pending 0 yeah. And then the last one, if you declare 0 like this, so it means all of the value inside the array will be 0, and then if you empty the number of array here ya, so it will automatically adjust the value ya later. And then here you can also assign like this ya, you can jump to the first 0 and then to the 5 index, 6 index, and etc. ya. So it means it becomes 1 at the index 0 like this, and then it will become 2 at the index 5, and then it become 3 at the index 6 ya. So the other will be 0. And then the last one, if you have like this, so it means you will have the array with the length of 50. Okay, so that's the summary for our class today. So is there any question? Okay. Oh, the question here. Finish? Okay, so this will be your assignment today. Please finish by today ya. And then upload in the canvas, I will check later. So is there any question for our class? Okay, so that's all for our class today. Thank you very much. Don't forget to do the assignment. I will check, and then please do it before the deadline. Okay? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye everyone.